escalated quickly.
So yeah, last time I talked about the salvaged handheld ports of Battlefront 3, I ended up with my most viewed video. And a lot of people were upset that I gave a barely above average rating to a 2009 PSP game.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
However, amid the cries of irritation that I dare think the PSP version has aged poorly whatsoever, I was informed by a few viewers that the DS version is actually better. So I gave it a try, and you know what? They were kind of right. Kind of. Let me explain. To be clear, developer nSpace's, may their studio rest in peace, has gone on record saying that their DS game is, for all intents, Battlefront 3 on DS. There's even some old icons still in the game's code. In honor of this, I am referring to this game as Battlefront 3, because for all intents and purposes, it is. Battlefront 3 is the story of X1 and X2, two Jedi clones who nobody in the entire Republic questions or finds suspicious in their existence. They make their way from the end of the prequel movies all the way to the New Jedi Order era, which surprisingly is a rarely explored time in Star Wars gaming, and eventually they fight to the death because each brother is so painfully light side and dark side from the moment you meet them that you can practically see a glowing "he's evil" sign above the one's head. He's even got red in his armor, folks, like Palpatine's Royal Guard's red. Subtlety is not a thing in Battlefront 3. Unlike Elite Squadron though, there's actually a plot this time. It's not good, in fact some of the lines are so questionable that the word choice seems to have been made by Google Translate. But it's there! You meet Coda again, though he later vanishes for no reason, something that several characters in the plot just tend to do, and you'll eventually become a Jedi, just like your DNA donor father before you, I guess? Look, guys, I know that there are people who inexplicably like this story, but this is worse than some fanfic I've read. X2 isn't really a character, he's a player insert, and that's all he is. He's no way any different from, say, Rookie 1 in Rebel Assault. This isn't a fault on nSpace's part because they're just adapting Free Radical's script, but damn if this isn't some cringeworthy writing and characterization. Most people are just there to advance the events forward. This isn't writing for the sake of enriching the world, this is writing for the sake of pushing the story along. The sole highlight out of all of these characters is Fallon Gray, your absentee Jedi daddy, who is genuinely engagingly written, before inevitably dying because of course he does, cause drama! 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 But I digress. To Battlefront 3's credit, it actually has a full set of cutscenes. Unlike Elite Squadron, and judging by the leaked story reels, they line up accurately. To demonstrate, I've taken some of the leaked audio tracks and set them to images in the DS game.
Let's wrap that up, we're behind schedule. Little brother, you need a hand with that?
Sure, why not lend a hand instead of ordering everyone around like some kind of general?
With that attitude, you'll never be one.
Wait, what are you doing?
The Jedi have betrayed the Republic, sir. They're attempting to overthrow the Chancellor.
Betrayed the Republic? I don't understand. I need to speak to Master Feroda.
This Jedi is an enemy of the Republic. To be executed immediately.
Palpatine.
Attack!
So be it.
Don't just stand there. We have to stop the Jedi. He's killing them. Brother! No! Hold your fire. X2, stop! The Jedi are not your enemy. You tried to kill my brother. Only in self-defense. You just murdered most of our platoon. I had no choice.
Neither do I.
As you can hear, it's pretty damn close. That said, if the story isn't the reason to be here, then what is? Well, the gameplay, of which there's a shocking variety. There's some weak bits, like a repetitive set of spear bike sections that never grow deeper or more engaging, but despite that, everything else is great. The turret sections are solid and keep things moving. Space, while simple, can be downright satisfying at times. Vehicles are sparsely included, but fun when available. Regular run and gun sections with the 4 available classes feel great because everyone, not just you, uses these classes, so there's some great interplay as they all play off each other's weaknesses, and you naturally become acclimated with how to counter each enemy type. A heavy hits hard, but can be stunned into submission. A spy is great at stunning others, but can be easily killed. Engineers pack a mean punch, but have to get close range. Assault is the everyman that gets the job done, but has no real specialties besides a shotgun. There's even unique gear like proximity mines, auto turrets, and a couple grenade variants, even some homing missiles. Later, when you get your lightsaber and force powers, they serve more as secondary abilities, but there are a few moments where they feel genuinely empowering. Vastly more so than the clumsy dueling in Elite Squadron. What knits this all together is that no sequence ever outstays its welcome, and the levels are paced well enough that it doesn't feel like you're chugging through a handheld title by playing several chapters in a row. It's that sweet spot of bite-sized but substantive fun that so few handheld games can truly nail, but Battlefront 3 does so effortlessly. There's even New Game Plus, with all your various classes, including your Jedi powers, unlocked for if you want to revisit any campaign missions with the Force at your side. It's not game-changing, and it's not a hugely replayable story mode, but it's a welcome addition all the same. On top of the campaign, there's a fairly robust multiplayer suite with bot support, which was basically unheard of in most cases with DS games. You've got standard instant action, but instead of 3 fields of battle at once, you fight over them individually, one at a time, in whatever order you want, with the winner of each round getting a bonus buff. You'll range between Conquest, Deathmatch, and a CTF mode centering on R2 units depending on which area you're in. There's team-based 2 vs 2 and free-for-all, and the latter of which also features a heroes vs villain mode that's honestly a little too chaotic for its own good, but otherwise this is really well done. Even graphically. I mean, it's not going to blow away the PSP, but for a DS game, there's some impressively far draw distances, great audio quality, and tons of activity on screen. nSpace even goes to the lengths of having unique camera angles for the various scenarios you find yourself in, including some great up-close, true third-person over-the-shoulder shooting action during a few key moments and boss battles. It's a polish and presentation that's completely absent in Elite Squadron. It feels like someone really put their heart into this, and it pays off. It does wonders for selling the experience. Really, I'm just impressed by Battlefront 3 on DS. It might not be the same game we almost got on PC and consoles, but it's a damn solid effort on nSpace's part. They made it work when I doubt anybody expected anything from it. I mean, Battlefront on DS? Who would expect that to be worthwhile? It's not a must-buy, but it's a darn compelling game if you're a Star Wars fan. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more of them, please be sure to like and subscribe because that actually helps a lot, and if you didn't like it, then please feel free to give a thumbs down. And if you really like this video and would like to help ensure I can do more of these things, then please head down to the description and follow a link to my Patreon, where you get special goodies if you chip in and help make this channel a reality. I'm the Unabridged Gamer, signing off.